This is not meant to be an exercise in virtue signaling or an opportunity to impress with empty platitudes. It's a call to a specific form of Christian defense. It's not about formal arguments.
The argument is a simple syllogism. Premise one.
Science or historical evidence. It's the proclamation and defense of Christianity in a way that is more sophisticated and daunting for some who try to learn it. It's present in the most well-known Bible verse related to Christian apologetics, but it is often forgotten. It is the call to exist as a living defense of the faith in the way we interact with unbelievers. And if you have the tendency to click away from this video because it isn't some new argument, response to a skeptic, or debate tactic, I'm talking to you. On February 6, 2018, Barna Research Group reported the results of a study of Gen Z individuals and their impressions on Christianity and the church. It revealed, quote, "One of the main findings from the study is that the problem of evil is a major barrier to faith for non-Christian teens, 29%. Other reasons non-believers provide as common barriers to faith include Christians are hypocrites, 23%. I believe science refutes too much of the Bible, 20%. I don't believe in fairy tales, 19%. There are too many injustices in the history of Christianity, 15%. I used to go to church, but it's just not important to me anymore, 12%. I had a bad experience at church with a Christian, 6%. Three of these issues are the sorts of things Christians interested in apologetics are used to dealing with. We love to answer those questions. They're important ones and do require a defense. But two, and perhaps three of these items reveal that for Gen Z, the way professing believers behave is a major, quote, barrier to faith. This means that being a successful apologist requires more than what is typically thought of as apologetics. And that you're doing apologetics online rather than in a church building or at a coffee shop does not mean this requirement vanishes. In 2019, Sean McDowell and J. Warner Wallace released the book So the Next Generation Will Know. In an article on McDowell's blog, he noted that one important insight regarding Gen Z has to do with how they view the world. No, not their worldview, like how they view geographic locations in the world. He says, quote, "Formerly distinct lines are now considered blurry. Technology has blurred the lines between home and work, study and entertainment, and public and private." See, what McDowell says sounds similar to the idea of church as the third place. Church was once considered the third place, not in terms of importance, but in terms of actual physical places people spend their time. Home was, well, home. Work was where you made money or built a career. And the church was where you grew spiritually, received answers to the biggest questions of life, and engaged in regular social interaction. But for Gen Z, all of those things can be accomplished in a new and immaterial third place, the internet. This means the internet is no longer a mere collection of message boards for taking snarky potshots across the bow. It is viewed by this generation as a meaningful source of information, social engagement, and expression. In brief, whatever you think about internet worldview discussions, they need to be taken with the appropriate level of seriousness. Now, here's what I'm not saying. I'm not saying there's never a time for straightforward and strongly worded rebuke, rebuttal, or response. I'm not saying we should water down the message. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a clever comeback that might even have some teeth to it. To live the defense of the faith is to interact with integrity, honesty, humility, and respect. The person with whom you're engaging is made in God's image, and He loves them. What about you? Are you functioning like an impersonal apologetics robot, an angry keyboard roaster, or a representative of a benevolent king who loves the people you're chatting with? It might go a long way if you locate someone you may have wronged and make it right. You can help out by sharing this video along with the hashtag #LiveTheDefense wherever it's appropriate. Some Christians have interacted badly with unbelievers, and though this doesn't speak to the truth of Christianity, we aren't just trying to win arguments, we're trying to win souls. This is a warning not to be loveless, noisy gongs or clanging cymbals. This is a call to be slow to anger. And when others do not reciprocate, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. This is not a call to stop providing arguments and evidence. It's a cry for Christians to live the defense.